Good morning from Tupelo, Mississippi, and this is where legends are born. Of course, this is the birthplace to Elvis Presley, and it's also the birthplace to Adam the Woo. Can you believe that? They were both born in the same town. Today we're concentrating on Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. And Mississippi is known as the American music birthplace.
This is also one of the 50 states that we're going to be doing.
So this is one of your 50 states. Yeah. Now, after today, we'll be down to 10 left. This is number 11 on our list. We're going to go ahead. We're going to do some exploring. We're here in Mississippi for just a couple days. We're hoping to get a taste. We'll be back. There'll be other times in the future. But today, well, we're gonna take Mississippi in for the first time. Dawn, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Well, we're checking out of the Comfort Inn and Suites. Comfy little stay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do some exploring today. Good morning, Elvis. That was a great stay. We had Comfort Inn. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of Elvis today. Right across from the Tupelo mural is this really cool ghost sign. It's old Coca-Cola. Of course, Mississippi is known for Coca-Cola. It's a big state for the soft drink. Don't fall. Don't fall. We just started. We don't need to do the fall. But yeah. Yeah, Coca-Cola is a thing here in Mississippi. So I'm super excited for today. We're going to go around, check out, well, the birthplace, the house that Elvis came into this world. And we're going to go around town, check out a few other things. And then we're going to head out of town. We're going to start exploring the state of Mississippi. And it's an absolute beautiful day here in Mississippi. We're supposed to get a high of 65 degrees. It's a little bit cool right now, but it's warming up pretty quickly. It is a Sunday. Unfortunately, when you make vlogs on a Sunday, not everything's open, so it's going to be one of those days. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to walk around downtown here. Yeah, so Dawn was saying that there's some musical notes in the town square here, and I just think it's theming, revolving around Elvis. But yeah, beautiful town. Oh my goodness, Dawn. Mardi Gras. Did you know Mardi Gras is going on right now?
Yeah, we have to get one of those cakes with the baby in it or something.
We will. But we are heading to Louisiana.
Yeah.
So, a lot to look forward to on this trip. But it's just a beautiful, quiet town on a Sunday morning. There's no argument that Elvis is the king of rock and roll. Pretty much everybody in the world knows who Elvis Presley is. And I bet you Tupelo looked a lot different back in the days when Elvis was born. Now, when you think of Elvis, you think of Memphis, Tennessee, where he lived. But this is probably number 2, Tupelo, where he was born. And it's a great little town, very super clean. Great little eateries around here. Nice little places you can sit out and relax. Taking care of business. He certainly took care of business, didn't he? Which era of Elvis did you like? Did you like the Jailhouse Rock era, or do you like the Vegas era?
I think Jailhouse Rock era.
So you like the young Elvis, right?
Yeah.
You know, believe it or not, they're both amazing. But I also like the Vegas era too. You know what I mean? Elvis just did everything amazing, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's the reason why he's the king, right?
Yeah.
They have these fun guitars as you walk through town. I think they're all done by different elementary schools. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Doo-doo-doo. Blue suede shoes. It says Tupelo on it. Dongles, there's an elephant mural on the side of this building because back in 2013, a Ringling Brothers circus elephant named Carol was shot in a drive-by. But she recovered and she went on to perform. Who would go around doing that?
Drive-by shooting a poor little innocent elephant, really?
They believe it was deliberate, so I don't know. But anyways, yeah, a little story about Carol. I'm glad she survived. She was 39 years old.
Wow.
But anyways, there's a couple of little circus murals here. And we're finding ourselves in another alley. So this would be the era of Elvis you like, Don. Clothes fit for a king. It's nice walking on a Sunday morning. There's hardly anybody here, so you can really just take it in. But a lot of these businesses are named after Elvis. I guess the best way to promote your business is use the king's name, right?
Yeah.
So they must have a festival, an Elvis Presley festival. This is a really beautiful town. I love it. And Elvis in the movies. Wow, I just love old movie theaters. This one here is just like a picture perfect one. The Lyric. Yeah, it's got that the classic doors, Dawn. The box office. Very cool, isn't it?
Yeah. It's even got a front desk.
It does, it
That
does.
is cool.
Concessions over there.
Elvis enjoyed going to the movies, especially westerns. At the Lyric Theater, friends recall how Elvis would climb over the divider in the balcony to sit among his African-American friends. The sweetest of legends associated with the theater and Elvis is a rumor that he stole his first kiss in the balcony. I guess that's supposed to be him.
So Elvis left Tupelo when he was 13 years old. His family moved to Memphis for better opportunities because there wasn't a lot of opportunity, I guess, here in Tupelo at the time. So Elvis, this would have been the first theater that Elvis saw a motion picture, and he liked westerns. That is really, really cool. Yeah, right across from the Lyric is the county building here. So just think, young Elvis Presley went in there to see his first movie, got his first kiss, and young Elvis probably never even realized back then that one day he would be on the silver screen. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Perfect example of a movie theater too. Just amazing. Just think, Elvis, he walked the streets here. So we're in search for Tupelo hardware store. Amazing things happened there as well. There's so much Elvis history around here. We're just trying to soak in as much as we can. And I'm getting some serious New Orleans vibes. So at one time, these were the stables, and you can actually make out the stalls. Isn't that something? Now they're like little, probably apartments or something, but... And take a look at these murals. Oh my goodness. Wow. And there's the Coca-Cola, I think they call him the Button Boy or something. That is really... And I love these old signs. Refresh yourself. I love how they preserve them too. So right here on the corner is Tupelo Hardware, and this is where Elvis got his first guitar. This is where he learned how to play. This is the place, technically, where it started, because without a guitar, he wouldn't be Elvis, right? Now, it's out of business, unfortunately. And they used to allow people to come in here and tour when they were open. But unfortunately, as of January the 1st, 2026, the hardware company has closed for business. Wow, that's sad. Oh my goodness, look at the inside. Look it up there. There's a guitar on the wall. Right on these wooden floors, young Elvis purchased his first guitar. And the story has it, his mom gave him a choice. Either he can get a new bicycle or a guitar. But she really strongly wanted him to get that guitar. And he did. And it changed the course of rock and roll history and music history. That's just amazing. There's so much history here. It's just mind-blowing. And it's out of business now. I just hope that they turn it into a museum or... Look at that classic hardware store. Wow, they just don't have them like that anymore. Dun-dun-dun, ch-ch, dun-dun-dun. And they even have a plaque over here. Yep, it tells the story. I'm going to try to get it. In 1946, Elvis's mother, Gladys, bought him here to buy a bicycle. Once they arrived, a .22 caliber rifle caught Elvis's eye, oh boy, and asked his mother to buy it instead. She wasn't happy about purchasing a gun, so they compromised on the guitar. I didn't know. I always knew that it was a bike or a guitar. I didn't know that there was a rifle involved in it too. Sold the guitar to young Elvis for $7.90. So it was either a bike, a rifle, or a guitar.
So got the guitar.
They compromised and got the guitar. It sounds like Mom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And just think, that changed everything. Right here, Main Street, America. Wow. I love the old tin ceilings, the hardwood floors. I don't think this is the original door handle, but if it were, you could be touching the handle the king once walked in, which touched. So we're going to head out of town a little ways to see where he was born next. And I'm super excited for this part. Just think if he would have got that that rifle, he might have been the best hunter that ever lived.
Oh boy.
Oh, we got to go.
I know.
Or if he got that bike, he could have been probably one of the best bike riders that ever lived. I think he made a good choice with the guitar.
Yeah.
Mom did a good job.
Compromise.
On October the 3rd, 1945, a 10-year-old Elvis played to his first crowd on these grounds and took 5th place in a talent show. 11 years later, he would return as the king of rock and roll. And then there's the young Elvis there. And this here was the fairgrounds. They got an amazing statue. But I'll go ahead and you can pause this if you want to read through. So this is where Elvis first took a stage, right here. Right here at the fairgrounds. So there's that famous photo where Elvis reaches down to the crowd and there's a bunch of kids, mostly girls, and he reaches down so they could touch his hand. Go ahead. Just like that. And those girls absolutely lost their minds when they touched his hand.
They probably threw their underwear up there on stage.
This is a little bit before the underwear, but that would come eventually. But wow. There was stories of girls like passing out, and there's still girls out there that will tell their story of when Elvis touched them. That's just amazing. So Elvis returned here in 1956 and 1957 to perform concerts on what was then known as the Tupelo Fairgrounds. Proceeds from these concerts were used to buy and restore his birthplace and build the Elvis Presley Youth Center. And the Presley family also lived in this area in the late 1930s. I have a little splash pad here for the kids. I'm not going to get too close because, oh wow, it's dancing. Do you dare to like walk across it?
I dare you to do it.
This is great, walking in Elvis's footsteps. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. So that took place right there. And I've seen this photo, all kinds of books, magazines, prints, you name it, coffee mugs, t-shirts, you know. So we are here on a Sunday, and they don't open until after 1 o'clock. And we're going to be moving on by then. So, but I have seen a couple videos of the museum. We're going to skip the museum today.
Yeah. Birthplace of Elvis Presley. Elvis Aaron Presley was born January 8th of 1935 in this house built by his father. Presley's career as a singer and entertainer redefined American popular music. He died August 16th, 1977 at Memphis, Tennessee.
And this is the house he was born in. January the 8th, in 1935, built by his dad. Very, very small. Probably the size of most people's garages.
Yeah.
right?
Well, back then it was probably a big house.
Yeah, I mean, really, be honest with you,
Yeah.
how much space do you really need? I mean, we love it, but
Yeah.
but really, in reality, how much space do you?
The bigger your space, the more crap you accumulate, and you don't even need all that.
That's true. Don's like, quit dragging stuff home, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead. They do tours of this, but you can walk up on the porch and you can sit in his porch swing, play the guitar.
I wonder if this was like back in his day, or if they added this.
Yeah, I think there was a porch swing,
Oh, okay.
but anyways, it's a very, very small one bedroom. Wow. What are you thinking?
This is cool.
Humble beginnings, right?
Yeah.
You know, dirt poor, literally. And it seems like a lot of good things do happen to people that are, that have humble beginnings. You know, a lot of presidents we know of, a lot of great folks out there. So.
Oh, I touched the door. I got goosebumps.
Touch the door. I'm sure that the door's probably newer.
Yeah.
And the door handle's probably newer. But you know what, though? I bet you that's probably original, or, you know what I'm saying? The house itself, yeah, like the ceilings are, I mean, there's a lot of paint, they want to preserve it. But
I always want to peek in one of those windows.
most likely this porch is probably been replaced, But,
oh, wow, I'm getting really
but to the
goosebumps.
period, right? You know what I mean? Young Elvis Presley running around the yard here, making trips to downtown, seeing movies, just growing up as an American kid, and had no idea that one day he'll be the king of rock and roll, And even 100 years later, folks still talk about him, still listen to his music.
I don't know
Wow.
what to say. I got goosebumps. And it's
He changed everything, really. You know what I mean? He had an effect on everything in the music industry, one way or another. And he had taken old classical music and made it new again. Of course, he was controversial for, they only show him from the waist up, things like that.
like they threw him perfectly up there. There's no way you can climb that tree.
Incredible Hulk in a tree in front of Elvis's house.
He's watching over it.
Can you believe that? So Elvis's brother was Jesse Garin. He was stillborn. So he had a twin brother. And that marks 1935. Of course, Elvis was born just after his stillborn brother. The family home survived a devastating tornado in 1936. The family began attending First Assembly of God Church. I've always heard this here. The family listened to the Grand Ole Opry on a radio powered by car battery. He entered the first grade in 1941. Right here, Elvis received a guitar for his 11th birthday. And this was a turning point here. Elvis began listening to black gospel music in 47. That's another changing point. family moved to Memphis, seeking a better living. So in 1948 was the end of his Tupelo days. But it's amazing piece of history. We have never been to Graceland, and after seeing this, I think we're going to have to make a trip real soon.
Probably.
Now, I've been to Elvis's grave because on a certain day, they allow you to go back and pay respects. You don't have to pay the admission or nothing. And it just so happens we were driving through, and I said, let's stop by, and the gates were open. I went back, but that was the closest I've ever been. So Elvis at 13, and that boy can dance, sing, and play. So this is the church that his family attended over here, the Assembly of God. And everybody has to go, and this is where Elvis went. Well, it doesn't say that, but it's right next to the... Yeah, all they had was outhouses, right?
Yep. He had to go somewhere.
He did. There's the inside of the Elvis Memorial Chapel. We climbed to the top of the hill here. We're overlooking Tupelo downtown. And then there's his museum straight ahead. Birthplace. And they have this really cool statue. Elvis when he was 11. The Becoming. And then Elvis, I want to call him the achiever, right? I like to call him the Vegas Elvis, you know? And this little boy became. What do you think, Dawn?
I typed in how tall Elvis was, become the 6.0.
He was 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen an Elvis statue, you know, in the, like, I call it the Vegas era. That's what he was known for.
Wait a minute. I don't do it like Elvis, so nobody does it like Elvis.
No, nobody does like the king.
What's up him in a cape?
Yeah, it was just part of the show. He was an entertainer. He was a movie star. He was a dancer, a musician. You know what I'm saying? A true rock star, right?
Yeah.
A true legend. So we're here at Johnny's Drive-In Barbecue. And this here used to be one of Elvis's hangouts. This is where he used to go to eat. And I just absolutely love the look of this. So, yeah, so Here's their menu. They have barbecue, chicken salad, toasted cheese, pimento, boiled ham, baked ham, and they're closed on Sundays. Unfortunately, they're closed on Sundays.
Johnny's Drive-In. While attending nearby Lawhon Elementary, Elvis often stopped here for one of his favorite meals, a cheeseburger and an RC Cola, or as Elvis called it, an ROC. One of Elvis's best friends was James Osborne, who often joined him here.
So there's a special booth in there that Elvis used to sit in. A cheeseburger and an RC Cola. You can see the old car hops here. We wanted to stop and take a look. We knew they were going to be closed. We knew we'd be here on a Sunday, unfortunately. But I'm sure there'll be other eats ahead.
Yeah.
But the cheeseburger and RC Cola sound good right about now. Just saying.
It does sound good.
It does sound good. This is where Elvis went to elementary school. Got a little plaque over here. Elvis attended school here in 1945. While in the 5th grade, one of his teachers, Miss J.C. Grimes, encouraged him to take part in daily chapel services. Their mascot is a hound dog. So it is the next day. After we left Tupelo, we had a long drive to the Mississippi coast. But what did you think of Tupelo? What did you think of the birthday?
I thought it was the cutest little town.
Cutest little town?
Yeah.
Did you learn a lot about Elvis?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I've learned that I didn't know before. You know what I mean? It's one of those things you have to see in real life. You know, see it for yourself. Walk the footsteps that Elvis did growing up, and just there were so many little moments that defined who Elvis had become, and it's just wow. And just think of the influence he had living in Tupelo, where he learned how to dance and sing and play the guitar. Obviously took the stage for the first time.
It was just amazing just to walk through the town where he used to walk when he was a teenager.
Yeah,
13 years old, he had his first concert. And
yeah, kind of reminds me a little bit of like Dolly Parton in a way. You know what I mean? Young Dolly Parton, you know what I mean? Took the stage at young, and then...
So one of his songs was You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, but we went to his school, and his school mascot is a hound dog. So I don't know if it was before the song or after the song came along.
I think it was after the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they embraced that Elvis had went to school there.
I actually learned a lot from...
Yes.
I never really paid attention before, but I'm glad I got to experience that. So.
Super influential in American history. No matter where you go in the world, people know who Elvis is. Japan, we were in Japan, and we've seen so many like Elvis references, Elvis photos. You know what I mean? It's just, he just touched the lives of so many folks. But we made it. We're here on the Gulf Coast, and that's in tomorrow's video. We're staying in a pretty amazing place that, I don't know if you noticed, but the bathtub is always running a little.
I don't know what's going on.
You'll have to see in tomorrow's video. This is a pretty fancy place, but
Yeah.
being fancy doesn't always mean that things are 100%. Just saying. But folks, that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for following us on our little adventures. We love you all, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's video from
Bye,
Mississippi.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Lord willing and the creek don't rise, they'll take you to see the countryside, driving all over Tennessee in their little yeller Jeep. You can come along wherever they go, all you gotta do is watch the show, so be sure you tune in. Don, would you do this again?